Sure, guys are where they're supposed to be on a certain route combination. So you got to limit how you practice. And we had a big talk about taking care of yourself today. The checklist of a big-time player, from hydration and nutrition to cold tubs to all the resources that we have at a place like this. If they're not using them every day, then shame on us. So we had that talk too to make it through the season.
Do you think they're embracing and understanding that? I mean, do you see some maturity there and treating and handling their bodies the right way?
I do. I do. At this point in the season, last year, Josh Malone was non-existent because his body broke down. Now he's still playing at a high level, and I think he's taking care of himself. I know he's taking care of himself. The Juwan Jennings, the Preston Williams, no, not even close yet. They just they still think you roll it out and go play 80 plays, and they're learning. It just doesn't happen overnight. They asked me today, Coach, was Antonio when he was a freshman? No, absolutely not. He had to learn too. So all those guys learn, and they learn from the guys around them, and they learn from us telling them.
How's Marquez North? I'm sorry, Wes. How's Marquez North handling it himself, and how do you manage it when he seems to practice all week, but then on game day, he can't go, the back stiffens up? A, how do you game plan for that scenario, and B, how's he handling himself?
Well, it's a benefit of all those kids knowing every position. They all know every position, so at the drop of a hat, I say it all the time. Jonathan Johnson's my biggest, piece of gold. He can go and play everything, and he has. He's played all three positions at a high level for us this season. So I make sure I have a contingency plan if a guy can't go, Marquez can't go. We move guys around all week. We have to do that. So guys play all three positions. Juwan Jennings played slot and outside last game in the middle of a series. So we have contingency plans, and that's why I make them learn every position. They don't just lock into one thing. So that helps us be able to just easily flow into a game. Oh, he's down, you move over, you go over here, he does that, and then we're rolling, and no one even knows the difference.
Becker, is anything different going on with Vaughn, or is he just getting the ball more? Is like the magnet just going his way more now, or is he playing football any differently than he was?
That's a good question. I don't know. I think some of the things that they did defensively opened up, the slot position a little bit. Game planning. We want to get the ball to our playmakers. He's obviously a playmaker, so just scheming up plays to get to him. But also, I think he's starting to play at a high level now. He's practicing at a high level. So when you're a coach, you see guys game rep stuff during the week. It makes it a little easier to go ahead and call some more of them. You don't see a guy game rep it in the week, and you're a little more hesitant. You get the guys that, it's just how we're wired. We want to go out there and throw it to the guys that had a good week of practice.
Is it a deal with him where maybe there is just that rust is completely gone now from early in the season? Because I know there are a lot of people on the program. I think you might have said it too. Said Vaughn, just wait. Vaughn will be Vaughn again. And it looks like maybe that's starting to happen.
Yep, I think I made that comment after Alabama. I expected him to have a big second half of the season, and I think that he is. So, yep, that's a benefit of just. Again, he didn't have any summer. Barely had 2-a-days. What are we talking about? 8-9 weeks in the summer. Summers are big. So now you figure, what are we, 8 weeks into it? It's kind of right around the time that he's catching up to everybody.
What's it been like for him, though, confidence-wise and mentally, just going through everything that he went through in the offseason to finally have that breakout game?
Vaughn's pretty easygoing. He doesn't really dwell on that stuff. He kind of takes it as it comes and, doesn't skip a beat. So you wouldn't know any different.
Is there anything that you were talking earlier about how some of the freshmen just they don't necessarily get it? When they see someone like a Josh Malone, the difference in him from year one to year two, is he a guy who can go to them and say, I know Malone's a quiet kid sometimes, but can he say, hey guys, I was in this spot last year?
Yeah, but I bring it up all the time. I don't think he needs to say it. I bring it up and tell him all the time. And Juwan ran a route out there today, and I pointed to him and I said, you couldn't do that 7 weeks ago. And he got this big smile on his face. He goes, I know. I'm getting better, man. I'm getting better. So they see it. They see it getting better. Now, the off the field stuff, the taking care of your bodies and those things, I honestly think, I really don't think that they understand the benefits of it until they start wearing down or see it. It's really hard to, it's like blind faith. Kobe Bryant does it, and LeBron James does it, and Antonio Brown does it, and J.J. Watt. I'm good, though. I'm not going to. I'm fine. Until it hits where, oh man, I don't feel real good. That's when I think it finally sinks in.
What did you like about what you saw on third and longs in this past game? You guys obviously picked up a bunch of them. Just what worked out for you guys in terms of just guys getting open in the pass game working there?
You know what? I was really happy to see it go. We work extremely hard as a staff and as players in practice on third downs. We work really hard on it. We toil over it every day. We're in there hours upon hours upon hours as a staff going over every nook and cranny of third downs. And we've kind of changed a little bit this season. We get to it a little bit earlier in the week. I think that's helped us. But we've really, really made an emphasis on third down this year. We weren't as good as we'd like to have been last year.
How much
And we wanted to make it a priority, and I think it's showing.
How much communication is there on game day on the sideline between the receivers and Dobbs? You know, like